Welcome to the Restricted Handling Podcast. This is what's been going on in China in the past 24 hours. Let's start with an update from the UK on the espionage front. Yesterday, we touched on Chinese intelligence efforts targeting Western democracies, and today we've got new developments. On Wednesday, March 4th, London police arrested 3 men under the National Security Act for allegedly assisting Chinese intelligence. One of those arrested is David Taylor, husband of Labour MP Joanne Reid. The others were detained in Pontyclun and Powys, Wales, and all remain in custody. Authorities emphasized this is part of a proactive investigation into foreign interference, particularly targeting UK democracy, with no immediate threat to the public. It's a significant reminder that China's reach isn't just a headline, it's operational, and it's happening right now. This case is part of a broader global pattern. In the Philippines, authorities apprehended multiple Filipino nationals acting on behalf of China, providing information on South China Sea activities and Philippine-U.S. military engagement. All detained individuals have reportedly confessed and are cooperating with authorities. Back in the UK, a trial is underway for former Hong Kong police officer Chung Biu Bill Yuen and UK Border Force officer Chi Lung Peter Y, accused of shadow policing against pro-democracy activists. The alleged operations included misuse of government databases, surveillance of asylum-seeking dissidents, and coordination with Hong Kong officials, essentially running a foreign intelligence operation in plain sight. Shifting to China's domestic economic and technological landscape, Premier Li Qiang set China's GDP growth target for 2026 at 4.5 to 5%, slightly below last year's 5%. This signals a cautious adjustment amid ongoing structural challenges: a protracted property slump, weak household consumption, and a shrinking population. Exports are holding up, though, with a $1.2 trillion trade surplus in 2025. Li also emphasized gradual growth in household consumption, with policies like 250 billion yuan for consumer trade-ins and 100 billion yuan for consumer and business loans. Local governments retain a 4.4 trillion yuan quota for special purpose bonds, while the central government will issue 1.3 trillion yuan in ultra-long treasury bonds. The government aims to create 12 million urban jobs while keeping unemployment under 5.5%. China continues to push social policy innovations, too. They're launching a childbirth-friendly society initiative with fully reimbursed medical costs for pregnancy and IVF, plus childcare support and expanded preschool education. Simultaneously, they're rolling out policies for the silver economy, targeting the over 60 population, projected to reach 400 million by 2035. It's a demographic and economic balancing act, all while trying to keep the domestic economy stable. Now for the tech scoop, and this is where China is doubling down in a way that really catches attention. The 15th five-year plan prioritizes AI, robotics, quantum computing, advanced manufacturing, semiconductors, fusion energy, and even brain-computer interfaces. Startups like DeepSeek, Jipu AI, Minimax, Moonshot AI, and Baichuan AI are not just catching up, they're innovating at a pace that rivals U.S. firms. DeepSeek, for instance, built large-scale AI models with far less computing power than OpenAI uses. Imagine a scrappy underdog startup suddenly giving Silicon Valley a real run for its money. That's exactly what's happening in Hangzhou and Beijing. The plan calls for AI integration across industrial supply chains, development of national data markets, and AI security systems. State-owned enterprises are being tasked with producing semiconductors and drones domestically, reducing reliance on U.S. and Western technologies. Meanwhile, the private sector is racing alongside, ensuring China's tech-industrial base remains both competitive and self-reliant. On the military side, China announced a 7% increase in defense spending for 2026, bringing the total to about $277 billion. This is slightly lower than previous year's increases, but still above GDP growth and regional averages. The People's Liberation Army is modernizing aggressively, developing advanced missiles, ships, submarines, and surveillance systems. This comes alongside a purge of 9 senior generals, leaving Xi Jinping as the unchallenged steady hand at the top. Taiwan has reported a sharp drop in PLA air sorties recently, with 0 flights in the past week, likely reflecting leadership restructuring and operational recalibration. Naval and Coast Guard activity continues, so while the flashy air maneuvers have paused, the underlying readiness remains intact. Some analysts see this lull as a strategic move ahead of Xi's upcoming meeting with U.S. President Trump. And speaking of strategic patience, it's interesting to see how China continues to play its long game globally. Even with the U.S.-Israel strikes in Iran, Beijing has stayed measured, avoiding direct military involvement while evacuating citizens and protecting its energy interests. They're clearly prioritizing the Indo-Pacific and technological self-reliance over high-profile interventionism. It's classic China, patient, calculating, and persistent, like a chess grandmaster who's thinking 5 moves ahead while the rest of the world is still figuring out the rules. So to recap today's big takeaways, espionage activity in the UK and Philippines remains high and operational. China's economic targets are modest but paired with aggressive social policy and AI-driven industrial initiatives. And the PLA is modernizing fast, even amid leadership purges and a temporary slowdown in visible activity around Taiwan. DeepSeek and other AI startups are a reminder that the global tech race isn't just about Silicon Valley anymore. China is very much in it, and they're playing to win. Thanks for listening and being part of the RH community. Please take a moment to leave a 5-star review. If you want to see some changes, email us at info@restrictedhandling.com. We also publish a daily written intel brief on Substack, where you'll find even deeper coverage of Russia and China, along with insights on Iran, the Middle East, and the DPRK.